who call themselves the virl. They claim to be the descendants of the inhabitants of ancient Atlantis, with access to an extraordinary force called virl, an unlimited source of energy that supplies all their needs and can be controlled at will. Hitler believed the novel to be true, and once made Chancellor of Germany, he would send teams of spelunkers into caves and mines all over Europe searching for the virl. He dispatched regular expeditions to Asia, especially Tibet, where Nazi explorers made significant connections with influential Tibetan lamas, who had expert knowledge about the underground tunnel and cavern systems around the world. Legend was these Tibetan lamas guarded a secret entrance to the inner world, known as the Red Door, hidden within the Poda Palace in the mountain city of Lhasa. Once a Nazi-Tibetan alliance was formed, the lamas agreed to share with them for centuries. They had been helping to hide an indigenous race of lizard living deep within the planet since prehistoric times, known as virl lizards. It seems that these lizards knew the location of an abandoned military base dating back from the time of Atlantis, filled with ancient aircraft, weaponry and technology hidden within the tunnels and caverns of Antarctica. The lizards had no useful intent, but they were willing to trade for something else they wanted. The lizards were carnivorous and preferred to consume fresh human flesh. And so, a deal was made. The Nazis got the ancient Atlantean tech and sold out the human race. But according to Marshall, this is not the first time virl lizards have interacted with humans. He claims that for centuries, royalty, powerful heads of state and trusted religious leaders around the world have kept a secret pact with the malevolent lizard. World leaders would receive valuable resources buried deep within the planet, such as gemstones, gold and other minerals, and, in exchange, these leaders would conceal all evidence of the virl from the surface population, so no one would learn of their existence. In addition to helping them hide, virl lizards required that they be provided with a steady supply of humans to consume. However, Marshall says that keeping the secret of virl not only refers to hiding the lizards and denying their existence, but also refers to an even bigger secret. Being a parasitic race, virl lizards have the unique biological ability to invade the human body, take over the brain, and by accessing their memories, they can look, act and seem human in every way. After a period of recovery, the human is able to return to its normal activities, except the brain is now under the complete control of the virl parasite. Much like the 1956 sci-fi classic The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, in which the inhabitants of a small California town are replaced, one by one, with identical copies of themselves, Marshall warns us that we've already been invaded, we just don't know it. Marshall explains that virl lizards are essentially parasites, and like all parasites, have a biological drive to invade, dominate and take over. Marshall refers to this biological takeover as body snatching and explains that the human victim dies once the virl lizard takes over. Marshall says that with the help of the Illuminati, body snatching virl lizards have infiltrated all levels of society and hold positions of power all over the world. This is done in order to remove key people and replace them with virl hosts. Marshall states that virl hosts can be found everywhere, in all levels of government, business, banking, military, law enforcement, journalism, media and entertainment. Just how is this body snatching process accomplished? According to Marshall, virl lizards have a natural proboscis at the top of their head, from which they inject it.
See, that's where all these clones come in. That's where you get your MK Ultra. You have these fucking lizard people taking over the people that we love, that we idolize, that we worship. And now we're worshiping these deities that are pretending to be false idols. We don't understand, man. There's the false prophet, and that's the Pope. He's the false prophet. As soon as they get the temple to Israel, or the temple that's in Israel, as soon as they take that over, that's when the world's going to find out about the false prophet and the Antichrist. The Antichrist is quasi-luminous. And they don't want the Antichrist, because people have been indoctrinated into hating the Antichrist and believing in a false prophet they don't want the Antichrist to rise because they know he's the good guy and he's gonna save us. Well,
Type of thick cerebrospinal fluid. When this fluid enters the human, usually through the eye and from there, to the brain, a chemical transformation immediately begins to take place. The victim essentially dies, leaving the lizard parasite in complete control of all brain function. After a period of recovery, the virl host can return to its regular activities, looking, acting and seeming completely normal. Marshall reports that the Illuminati even hold a special body-snatching ceremony to celebrate this virl lizard takeover. Guests watch as the victim, conscious, though usually bound, is restrained and forced to sit still, until the lizard transfers